Hi guys, it's Erin, and I'm going to be doing a acrylic paint test video on a canvas. The reason why I'm doing this is because I wanted to make a video with some brushing movements and sounds, and also because I really wanted to test out some of the paints that I have. I went to the craft store recently and they had a bundle of these canvases. They're not anything super special, but I am by far not an amazing artist at all, and they are typically, for the large bundle, they are typically about $19.99, so with tax over $20. And the very first one in the bunch, this one right here, has a hole in it right here, but all of the rest of them were undamaged, and so the box was reduced to $4.99. So I thought, well, if the rest of them are all okay, then that's a really good deal. So I bought it, and these paints that I got, they're acrylic paints. They have interesting names, which I'll show you, and I'm not 100% sure what they all look like on canvas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this damaged canvas and I'm going to use it as a test subject, and I'm going to paint little squares of the color on here so that in the future when I go to paint something I know what the color looks like. So I have everything I need. I have the paints, I have quite a few brushes, I have some paper plates to put the colors on, I have some water to dip the brushes in, and then I have some paper towels to dry it off. I do have a bag of brushes here, and they are all various sizes. Some have the different edges than others. Some are huge, some are more foamy than others. All of these are pretty much like the cheapest, most basic level of paintbrush that you can get. I don't paint for real, and I don't pretend to paint for real. I kind of just like to swirl colors around, and it's just a general activity that relaxes me, that I enjoy. So I just want to have an idea of if maybe I ever do get better at painting, or I want something to look a certain way or match a room a certain way, that I will be able to accurately know what the color looks like outside of the bottle. So I have a Sharpie marker, and I'm going to write on the top I've written acrylic paint test canvas because I'll keep it for reference, And then what I'll do is use the Sharpie marker to write the specific names of the paints so I know what they are in case there's any that are similar. And so the first one that I have, I'm not necessarily sure that I need to actually test because it's white and it is called titanium white because they obviously want to make it very fancy. So I'm just going to leave this one out because I'm pretty sure I got it. These are pretty much everything I have here except for the water and paper towels is from a brand called Artist Loft, and that I believe is like a Michael's craft store stock brand, like it's their very own brand. And all of the ones that I have are academic level 1, which is like the very, very first level that you can do. Nothing expensive, so it's just for fun. Okay, so the next one that I have is called Lamp Black. So I will write on here lamp black, and then I'm going to just take my paper plate, put a little bit on there. I don't want to use a lot of anything because it's just a test. And then I will take my brush and I will make a little square. And I'm sorry if you can't see all of them, but when I get to the middle you'll be able to see them. But maybe you'll be able to hear the brush, I'm not sure. I just couldn't get a good angle for the camera. And really, for the black color, I'm primarily testing it because I wanted to see like how it would come out on the canvas, like if it would need a lot of coats or if it was pretty dark right off the bat. So that is our first one, which is Lamp Black. Our next color is called Vermilion, and that is the reason why I am testing these, because if you told me Vermilion, I would not think green. They're obviously trying to give them very fancy names. This one isn't even opened yet, so I just spilled it everywhere. And so that was the reason why I really want to write like the word Vermilion on there, so that if I ever go to use this one, I can remember what it even looks like. Maybe I'm just completely and totally oblivious to the art world, and Vermilion is like a common green name. I don't really know. I'm sorry if I'm offending like every serious artist that's out there, because most of my art is like swirls and stuff like that. Alright, so it is Viridin. Viridin. pretty. I don't know why they can't just call it light green or green or whatever, but even back with Crayola crayons when we were younger, they would have like macaroni and cheese or Granny Smith apple or whatever, and I guess it's just to make colors more fun, and I get that. So this one definitely shows through to the canvas a little bit more, not a lot, but something that you might have to build up the color on a bit, which of course makes it take 17 years to dry. Okay, even my test squares are like totally wonky. One day maybe I'll take like a class or something and learn what I'm actually doing. Okay, so that is Viridian. The next one is called Ultramarine Blue. That's fancy, and you can see I already have it all over my hands because I'm hopeless. And this is going to go all over the place. That's better than before. Blue is one of my favorite colors, and I can already tell that this one's going to be really pretty. Okay, so we got Ultramarine Blue. It's so hard to get all the paint off of. I already know that some of these are going to be mixed in with one another because it's like impossible to get all the paint off that quickly, or I don't know what I'm doing, which is probably the real reason. Okay. Ultramarine Blue. Pretty name for a pretty color. So like I said before, typically my my actual paintings that I might do are very abstract and not really they're not really supposed to be anything. It's more of just like a hobby that I enjoy. So it's very much just like blue and lavender swirls or diagonal colors or just a splattering of color. They say that like therapy and art is really therapeutic, I guess, for a lot of different reasons and types of people, and I think that's true. I never really cared that much about painting, and then I decided to try it because one of my best friends is an artist and actually has like a bachelor's degree in painting of fine arts, and we were getting together one time and she had her paints with her, and I just kind of got lost in creating different swirls and colors and stuff like that, and she was really good about explaining to me that it really doesn't have to be anything specific. It doesn't have to be fancy or anything like that. It's just kind of pretty much whatever you want to make it. So there is Ultramarine Blue. And this one is called Vermilion. Don't know if that has any meaning to it either, or somebody just thought it would be a cool name. Either way, that's what it's called. So we're just going to go with that. Okay. Vermilli. It's O-N-O-N. Vermilion. I like that it says million in it. The Ultramarine Blue definitely was not like the best coverage, so that would have to be multiple coats, but like I said before, I'm not entirely sure that I was, well, take that back, I definitely wasn't expecting these to be like the most amazing paint you've ever seen, because the whole point of it is that they're beginner paints, so that, you know, if you're creating works of art that you're gonna sell, you would probably use a much more expensive product, and it would be much more coverage, and probably like the pigmentation or the everything, I mean everything down to the canvas, the brushes, everything is very level 1 here. So I don't mind. I am extremely level 1, so why have anything else? This color is actually very pretty, and I don't even really like citrusy type colors, but it's going on very well, and it's very bright and cheerful. I'll definitely be using this in the future. And there we have Vermilion. Now, just to let you guys know before things get a little bit more out of time, I spent a bit of time in the beginning sort of setting up and letting you know what I was going to be doing, and with the particular digital camera that I'm filming with right now, the good one, that's HD. It only lets me record 20 minutes at a time, and I'm already at 18 and a half minutes. So unfortunately, I'm going to, well, not unfortunately, but I'm going to have to record this in installments, because I just don't have enough time. I only have about a minute left before it stops recording. So I mean, I plan to keep doing this and keep testing the paints, so it'll give me a chance to exchange some of the water and to kind of just set myself up again, with paper towels and stuff like that, and continue on in case you are interested in seeing more, because I do have probably like 8 more paints to test, so probably another 2 rows of squares and rambling and stuff like that. So I'm going to end this installment of acrylic paint test canvas, and I will be back with the next couple colors. See you in a minute.